Time is 5:21 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. The price of Bitcoin is 3,971 American dollars. Last night we saw a double bottom in the price of Bitcoin, and now we are actually going up. I still think we're going to go down. We may hit our previous support, which was 6,000, but we're going down. We're going down in the price, I think. We may be able to get further up in the price to a maximum of $5,000, $6,000. But after that, I definitely think we're going to go down. My target remains 1,000 American dollars. This is not financial advice by any means, but I think $1,000 is probably the end of this bear market. The reason why I think we're going this low is the bull market that we had and the exponential rise was just unreasonable, and it was way overhyped. So I personally think that a sharp decline in the price is just needed to wipe out most investors and traders. Some people are saying this is the bottom. I personally don't think so, because there is still faith, and we haven't seen a massive volume candle in the green yet, so I'm not convinced that this is the bottom. I still think we have quite a bit to go down. If I had to explain where I think we are on the Wall Street cheat sheet psychology of a market cycle, I think Bitcoin is probably just hit this area. I think that this last weekend we saw this dip, and we might be seeing a bounce to $6,000. But that's when I think that we will see panic followed by capitulation, and that is ultimately the best time and the most potential in a market. That's what I think for Bitcoin right now. I will be convinced the bottom is in once we see most likely a candle double the size or length of this one. Similar to what happened here, but possibly even larger, since it would be the capitulation. And if we see a massive red candle, like, for example, a series of red candles with dark green, and then one final spike, then I would be fairly convinced that we've hit the bottom. We have broken out of several triangles, and I think possibly if we can break this triangle on the hourly chart, then we will see further price movement to the upside. But I think that if the price doesn't hold this trend line, then I think we can probably go back to the $3,500 support area and possibly even go down further. I'll probably give a 30% chance to 40% chance of us going up, and a 60 to 70% chance of us simply consolidating in this area and then going down to 3,500. And if this area cannot hold support, then I would think we can go down to $3,000, as that's a psychologically strong support area, the $3,000 area. If that cannot hold, then I wouldn't be surprised if then we break $3,000 and go to $2,000 without even stopping in the halfway mark. Going down to $2,000, that's when I think that serious panic and desperation could set in. I'm definitely going to buy if it goes below this price. I can't really see the price going beyond $1,000 because I think there's too much buying volume in that area. For the next bull run, I think we can hit $100,000. The reason why I think this is possible is because there are Bitcoin institutions and Bitcoin ETFs and futures markets for Bitcoin that have yet to be approved yet, or derivatives market can be established and put into place. That is when I could imagine that the price would, firstly, if it has not already gone lower, but if the ETF and derivative markets with their regulation is approved and happens after we get the bottom, then I think it's quite possible for us to start consolidating and gradually go to the upside. But that is when I think people will be starting to doubt Bitcoin as a currency, an asset. And after that, I think once enough people are convinced that the bull market has started, then the awareness phase will occur, which is when what happened last time. The awareness phase was from about June of 2016 to about July 2017, and here as well a little bit. The awareness phase is when the retail investors such as you and I are considering into buying into the asset, and the retail investors often are convinced of the price going higher once they see consecutive weeks of price movement to the upside with volume, which is then followed usually by a mania phase, which is when everyone talks about Bitcoin and everyone knows about it apparently, and everyone's an expert and everyone's investing at the top, unfortunately. At that phase, I think Bitcoin will be at 100K, but that is just my opinion, and I think I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic for the price action and price targets. I don't believe Bitcoin will go to zero ever, because I think that there is always a use case for Bitcoin. There is always a use case for this asset, and after all, it is named to be the currency of the internet, and ever since the internet was born, there has not been a currency of the internet. But since Bitcoin has emerged roughly 10 years ago, it has been given a currency for its ecosystem, which is the internet. And yeah, I think that 100K is definitely possible. Because if you compare it to the previous bear market and previous one and rise of this bubble compared to this one is almost insignificant. So just to consider, if this were to be in the shape, once this obviously finishes and starts to go up again, which I think it will, then what do you think would happen if you saw this in this area? What would the bull market look like in 1 to 2 years or 3 years? In my opinion, I think it would be astronomical, and it may even go higher than 100K. I'm not sure, but when you just consider what it could be like compared to this one, if you just place this bull market in comparison to this one, you can just start to imagine what it could be like and the magnitude of such parabolic moves. I'm still convinced that 1K needs to be seen before a bull market starts again. So I hope you learned something in this video. Again, nothing in this video is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and it's only meant to be for educational purposes. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. If you have any suggestions of any other coins or possibly more analysis of these charts, please let me know so I can keep improving my channel. And have a great day. Thank you for your time. Peace.